I always feel like a broken record when I'm talking about the future of the Batman and the Batverse, the Penguin, the DCU, Superman, but it just isn't looking good, is it? Hello, welcome to another Batverse Show video. My name's Joe and that's about it, but that's not about it. In this video today, I want to discuss the future of the Batverse, created by Matt Reeves with 2022's The Batman, continuing on into the highly successful The Penguin TV show, which I absolutely loved. A lot of people loved. The awards loved The Penguin. And to be honest, there's an uncertain future with the Batman franchise at the moment. Warner Brothers, James Gunn and Matt Reeves have gone stone cold silent on the future of the Batverse, apart from supposedly production beginning at the end of this year going into 2026 for a release in 2027, October 2027 I believe. But this recent article on comicbookmovie.com, a Warner Brothers exec has confirmed the Batman script is not done yet, the Batman Part 2, but he's also praised James Gunn's epic sci-fi Superman. Now, obviously, there's been a lot of back and forth with this franchise at the moment, especially the Batman's future, and where it's been left at is they start filming at the end of this year. There's still no script because Matt Reeves and his writing partner are very, very busy writing it. It's hard to do a sequel, man. It's hard to do a very good sequel, as we know. There's only very few out there. You know, I'm a bit nervous. I am a bit nervous about the future of the Batman. And if I have to be honest, if it turns out they're not going to continue with Robert Pattinson's version of the Caped Crusader, I don't mind. We are supposedly getting a DCU Batman to kind of join this Superman and to join that DCU. And to be honest, Warner Brothers needs to do it. They need to do a world's finest movie where Batman and this Superman, David Corn Sweat, team up. Be so cool instead of fighting each other and talking about, you know, what it's like to be a god and be a man and all that. We saw that in Batman v Superman. We don't need that repeated. But what's been really interesting is recent news that kind of not solidifies, but kind of, you know, there's an edge where it's like, oh, this could push the Batman even further, or is it even happening? But there is more to the story that I'll go into in just a second. But Robert Pattinson is supposedly playing the villain in Dune Part 3, which starts shooting in the summer and ends by the end of this year. Robert Pattinson's a busy boy. He had Mickey 17 come out. Obviously, he's got other projects coming out. He's filming at the moment. He's been really, really busy. Really, really busy. And he's doing The Odyssey currently. I think it's not a long shoot for him on The Odyssey. I think he's only doing a couple of weeks. It's not a minor part, but it's not a part that is throughout the movie, supposedly. But this is great news because I'd love to see Robert Pattinson as a villain. I feel like the last time we saw him as a villain-type character was probably Good Time, and that's an amazing movie in itself. But I really want to see Robert Pattinson take on villain roles more. So to hear this is happening, supposedly happening, actually has sort of been confirmed. He has signed up and everything. But again, it just solidifies that idea that is the Batman franchise going to be pushed even further, or is it even happening? Now, I do need to say, I know there's a lot of speculation online and rumors that I don't really want to go into about the creator of this wonderful Batverse, Matt Reeves. And I don't really want to go into it, but I think people should stop speculating, really. And also, when it comes to Matt Reeves and personal stuff and everything, because that's not how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it through a business sort of point of view, because I do believe in some aspect moving away from the personal issues Matt Reeves is going through, and that's possibly why the delay is taking so long, and they're just like, take your time, you know, deal with what you need to do. But in a business sort of sense, are they waiting to see what the success of Superman is like? And two options: bring in the DCU Batman and cancel the Batverse, because general audiences don't want two Batmans on screen at the same time. I've spoken to people who aren't as big fans as me. I spoke to a guy I know yesterday at a dinner, and he was like, God, two Batmans like at the same time? Like, but you do get a variety then. You get the sort of James Gunnified Batman, which is a bit more light and grown up, and Damian Wayne's going to play Robin. That's really interesting. And then you have this, well, early day Batman, you know, still trying to find his feet as the Dark Knight. But I do think business wise, it's like, it's too much money. Like, why would we do these separate universes? What James Gunn promised was a cohesive DC universe. Not all the stories have to link up, but they all take place in the same world and so on. So I can't see Warner Brothers wanting to do that. So I think if Superman does well, they will cancel the Batverse, introduce the DCU Batman in the Clayface movie next year, which is, I guess, gearing up production very, very soon. We haven't heard any more for a while now. But if the Superman movie doesn't do well, I don't think the DCU will just end there. There's a lot of people saying, God, Warner Brothers are, you know, depending on this movie and the future of the DCU, but I highly disagree, to be honest. I think the DCU can carry on in other projects, interesting projects, like the Peacemaker TV show. I think that's still one of the best superhero TV shows I've seen in a long time. So, but I do think they would, you know, continue Robert Pattinson's Batman in the Batverse. I do think that is a potential thing happening, and I know that's not news really, because a lot of people have speculated that. But also, could it be possible they bring in Robert Pattinson's Batman into the DCU? Or does he play a different Batman, but it's Robert Pattinson? There's so many ways this could go. But yeah, I'm not sure. Look, I'm a huge fan of the Batman film. I loved it. Couldn't wait to see more. Saw it in the Penguin TV show. Couldn't wait to see a sequel to the Batman. And but with this film keep getting pushed and actor availability changing and the DCU starting to basically give birth in July, it is kind of like, does it matter? Does it matter that we're not getting another Batman? Look, another The Batman film or The Batman project. And also the Penguin TV show, like, they were riding on that wave of success. And then recently they just kind of like, well, you know, we have ideas, but we'll see. Like, it just changed that trajectory. Like, the feeling wasn't mutual basically anymore, and that was quite weird. So there's something going on behind the scenes in a business sense. Again, I don't want to get into the personal stuff that's being discussed online way too much by people. And also, I have seen a few tweets just about, like, Matt Reeves, like, I'll just get on with it. Like, and it's like, hey, let's have some respect. But from a business point of view, I can see the Batverse ending at some point, and probably sooner rather than later. The other option is they still do part 2, but that's the last one, and then they introduce the new Batman in Clayface and so on, and in his own the Brave and the Bold film and everything. So there's so many ways this could go, but I am concerned. But to be honest, if the Batman gets canned, look, we have 2 great projects in the Batverse, the Batman and the Penguin. We can go back and rewatch. A lot like Burton's Batman films, you know, they're not canon technically anymore, but you can still go back and appreciate them and go, God, that's a good film. That's a good Gotham City. That's a good collection of characters and everything. So I'm fine with it. I think if you asked me a year ago, I would have been kicking off and everything. Like, the Batverse thing is the best thing. But to be honest, just giving it time, just giving it thought. You know, if the Batverse goes, so be it. But hey, you know, we've got a great iteration of Batman on physical media, on digital, and the Penguin TV show that we can always go back and revisit. So I'm not going to kick off about it that much. You know, I can let go of a version of a character and a version of a world, unlike some people. Anyway, guys, what do you think? Do you think the future of the Batman's safe? Do you think it's not? Do you think it's in flux at the moment? I don't know. And do you think Superman's going to do well or not do well? Let me know in the comments below. Really love to hear your thoughts about it. Make sure you like the video. Really helps me out. And subscribe to the channel for more content like this. So yeah, what's it going to be? Warner Brothers and DC Studios and James Gunn? Let us know. See ya.